who can battle against historical circumstances and adversities of nature. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you the guiding lights at NMIMS, who have kindled the flame of learning, resilience, and creativity amongst our students. Please welcome the academic procession. In the academic procession are Honorable Shri Shalin Devetia, nominee of the Chancellor, NMIMS deemed to be University; Shri Krishnamurthy Subramanian, former Chief Economic Advisor, Government of India, and Professor of Finance, ISB Hyderabad, and Chief Guest for the day, Honorable Dr. Ramesh Bhatt, Vice Chancellor, NMIMS deemed to be University; Honorable Dr. Meena Chintamaneni, Pro Vice Chancellor and holding additional charge of Registrar's Office, NMIMS deemed to be University; Office Bearers of SVKM, Dr. Prashant Mishra, Dean, School of Business Management; Deans and Directors of various schools, Associate Deans, Heads of Departments, Chairpersons, and faculty members. Registrar Dr. Meena Chintamaneni leads the procession. Ladies and gentlemen, you may now take your seats. Thank you. A very good morning once again. I, Professor Madhvi Gokhale, welcome you to the Convocation 2022 of SVKM's NMIMS School of Business Management. I now request our support staff to play a video that will brief you on the safety and security arrangements in the auditorium.
Safety video for NMIMS Mukesh Patel Auditorium.
Hello everybody, I am Pramanana Angre, Fire and Safety Officer for SVKM NMIMS. I am here to guide you on Mukesh Patel Auditorium safety exits.
There are a total of 8 doors and 6 exits. Both middle exits will take you to the same outer area. At all times, on each exit, safety personnel and ushers are always there to guide you in case of an emergency. Your safety is our responsibility. Do not panic. Stay calm. Do not run. Follow the given instructions. It is not safe to wander on your own. Now, let's get out from each exit. For audiences sitting in the front or middle, you have exits on your right and left. A total of 4 doors. Choose comfortably. Once you are out from your left, take left and walk straight till the end. Cross the passage. Take another left. You will come to an area where you will find stairs and escalators. For people coming from the right exit, once you are out, you too will come to the same area. In case, due to safety reasons, if escalators are shut down, then use them as stairs, and from both right and left, you will come up to this common area, which is the way out. For people at the back, take the nearest door to you. Come out, take left. Cross the passage. Take left. You will come directly to the common area. Likewise, for dignitaries and performing participants or people on or backstage, they also have two exits. If you are facing the audience, then at your right, this is the exit. Move out, take right, walk straight and take the stairs. Similarly, from your left, come out and take the same stairs to go out. You are safely out from all exits. At NMIMS, safety is our biggest priority. So you will see signage, fire extinguishers, open spaces, and proper adequate exits for your convenience.
I hope this video has helped you to understand the emergency exits. Thank you and be safe.
Thank you, team. I now request everyone to please rise for the Saraswati Vandana and the lighting of the lamp. I request our student volunteer and singer Arohi Tamhani to come to the podium. May I request our Honorable Chief Guest, Sri Krishnamurthy Subramanian, and all the dignitaries on the dais to please light the ceremonial lamp. I request everyone to remain standing for the NMIMS anthem.
Do
Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. May I now request Dr. Meena Chintamaneni, Pro Vice Chancellor and holding additional charge of Registrar's Office, to take over the proceedings.
I request Sri Shalin Devetia, nominee of the Honorable Chancellor of SVKM's NMIMS, to declare the convocation of School of Business Management 2022 open.
I declare the convocation 2022 open.
Thank you, sir. May I please request nominee of Honorable Chancellor Shri Shalin Devetia to felicitate our chief guest, Shri Krishnamurthy Subramanian, with a bouquet and a memento as a token of our appreciation and gratitude. Devetia, sir. Thank you, gentlemen. May I now request our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Ramesh Bhatt, to deliver his welcome address.
Well, Dr. Krishnamurthy Subramanian, Chief Guest of the Day, Shri Shalin Devetia ji, nominee of Honorable Chancellor and mentor of the SBM, Pro Vice Chancellor Dr. Meena Chintamaneni, Dr. Prashant Mishra, Dean, SBM, Professor Seema Mahajan, Director, Praveen Dalal School of Family Business and Entrepreneurship, members of the Board of Management, advisors to Honorable Chancellor, members of the faculty and staff, graduating students, and their families, invited guests present here celebrating your graduation day. Very good morning to all of you. And let me join everyone in welcoming you to the graduation ceremony of SVKM's NMIMS SBM Mumbai. We are glad that after online convocations during the last 2 years, we are celebrating your graduation in person. This is really a proud moment for all of us. Your graduating today is really victory in many senses to you and all of us, particularly coming out of catastrophe, but consistently learning and growing. It is indeed my great pleasure to welcome our chief guest of the day, Dr. Krishnamurthy Subramanian, and a hearty welcome to the university and the SBM. I also welcome the nominee of Honorable Chancellor Shri Shalin Devetia ji to celebrate your achievements today. And my heartfelt congratulations to all the students who are graduating. Well, you decided to join this extraordinary institution to explore and enrich yourself. You made new beginnings, explored new horizons, and engaged in a whole range of academic ventures. Today, you graduate from the university as an enriched person with outstanding achievements. You graduate someone having gone through a rigorous curriculum and after testing yourself. The management skills built by the SBM, along the analytical thinking and problem-solving abilities which help you to convert challenges into opportunities, and with an understanding of context and the marketplace, will make you professional of par excellence. During your learning journey, you engrossed yourself to explore the process of decision-making, understand the context, imbibe contemporary thinking and advanced technology, learn from the past, envision the future, and redefine and put forward value-creating responses. Your training of critical thinking and out-of-box thinking approaches help you to contemplate on multiple diverse planes. This is a skill and your ability to juggle between opposite thinking processes that gives you an edge in delivering socially relevant solutions. Your inclusive approach and your commitment characterizes the NMIMS University. Your training also helped you to imbibe evolved communication strategy during your 2 years of training, focusing on virtual, oral, written, graphical, akin to something metaverse, to translate your ideas into reality. You have all the skills to develop unique syntax and the language, not only to communicate your ideas to others, but also to ideate and develop new concepts and effective solutions. You graduate someone who understands the importance of collaborative processes and working with empathy. SBM has added value not only to your learning journey, but it has also added to the footprints of the university. I must say that you are going out in the world with excellent NMIMS credentials. Your parents must be delighted today, and NMIMS University gratefully acknowledges their contribution to making it possible for you to reach this stage. Every completion has a new beginning, and the accomplishment of your graduation today makes a successful and proud entry into your future endeavors. As you embark upon your journey, I would like to extend my best wishes, hoping that each one of you finds a feeling of contentment and pride in everything you do. I am sure your great efforts and achievements will help you achieve great things in life. Your credentials will take you to much higher places, and I am sure you will prove yourself and contribute to making the world a better place. Always remember that wherever you go and whatever you do, your actions will be like your fingerprints, proof of where you have been and what you have touched. The phase of your graduation following the pandemic outbreak turned out to be quite unprecedented for all of us. The pandemic required us to confront challenges on so many dimensions. NMIMS, like all institutions across the globe, confronted with this unusual, extraordinary situation. The pandemic required us to teach, learn, and work remotely. We experienced the real VUCA word, perhaps the word which was invented in 1980s. Perhaps if it was not invented then, it would have been invented now. And I'm sure that you are familiar with the VUCA word, which is volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous. We interacted with most of you through our synchronous and asynchronous learning models. We remained conscious of making the learning process highly engaging and effective. The university rose to the challenge of this emergency. Everyone rose to critical leadership position, and I am proud that we all worked together, supported each other, and wherever needed, engaged in problem solving and coming with innovative solutions to deal with the challenges effectively. NMIMS has come a long way since March 2020 in excelling in delivering all our programs and academic requirements virtually and now in person. I believe that we have many reasons to have enormous pride in how we all handled the challenges and this change. I thank all for wholeheartedly supporting the academic continuity plan which the VC office under the leadership of Shri Amrish Bhai Patel and Shri Shalin Devatia ji put in place. Through a distributed leadership approach, we implemented the directions very effectively. The support received from everyone, students, faculty, staff, and all the university departments, and our determination and resolve demonstrated our resilience and leading from the front. I must acknowledge the tremendous support you and your parents provided to the university in these difficult times, and we remain grateful to the support you provided to all of us. Through these efforts of everyone, we ensured completion of our academic sessions using online, virtual, synchronous, asynchronous learning mode, completion of evaluation and examinations on time, declaration of all the results which enabled students' progression to the next academic year of the program. We ensured your progression and future career plans are not impacted. I must say that we ensured continuity of our activities in severe disruption situation with a very bold face. One thing we learned in the process is that the disruption and change are nothing but to become different. Your learning experience while at the NMIMS must have altered your perceptions about the world and yourself. Your learning will continue to be the lens through which you see the world and handle the change with resilience. Remember, the change and disruption are omnipresent. It will transcend you, build you, and most of all will help you grow. Seize the change and the disruption. One thing which helped us to ensure we come out of the present crisis with the least unintended consequences is the teamwork approach. I feel we learned some vital lessons that you may find helpful in your future endeavors. First is the distributed leadership and teamwork approach. Supporting each other and volunteerism ensured facing these changes with the least resistance and disruption. The disruption also put us in a situation where we did not have a rule book or previous experience to address the emerging situations. We all faced unstructured situations where the solutions were worked out after an in-depth understanding of the processes and exploring the way forward. I would like you to see and encourage you to see how the distributed leadership around the organizations has become an effective tool in handling the disruption. Second is the challenge we face because of this VUCA word, and we discovered that we were facing not only an external VUCA word, but an inner VUCA word. During the process of handling these situations, we saw that there are 4 positive attitude tests which helped us to face this situation very effectively. And I'm sure that if you put your knowledge and skills through these positive test attitudes, you will find that handling this VUCA word, particularly inner VUCA word, will be very helpful. And for that purpose, I have the suggestion that as you move forward, make sure dealing with volatility, which is the first letter of the VUCA word, you develop an attitude of responding and not reacting. It will always help to face the volatile situation which whenever it emerges in your day-to-day working. Handling uncertainty, make sure that you are not allowing your fears to avoid taking risks. I think it is very important when you are gripped by the uncertainty, you are also having some fears. They make sure that you do not allow these fears to prevent you from taking the risks. To address the complexity, ensure you are able to see and perceive with clarity. And make sure you spend some time on contemplation and meditation to quiet your mind enough to make meaning to handle the ambiguity. These are the four positive attitude tests to deal with the inner VUCA word. And I must tell you that your inner VUCA challenges will be your superpower to take you forward. On this day, we fondly share with our graduating students about our achievements and our future aspirations. NMIMS is very proud to see the contribution of Honorable Chancellor Shri Amrishbhai Patel, our trustees, our faculty, staff, students, alumni, and all our stakeholders taking the NMIMS to new heights. NMIMS is a 4-decade-old premier university in India. Over these years, university has emerged as one of the most credible institutions of higher learning, as reflected by several rankings, ratings, stakeholder confidence, and reputation. SBM has always been ranked among the top 10 management schools in the country and among top 5 private business schools. SBM is AACSCB accredited business school, which has helped us to develop global partnerships with leading universities around the globe. Today, we are proud that several recognized international faculty support and they contribute to the NMIMS research and teaching and strengthening our research culture. Our students have made a mark by winning several awards at national and international levels. The school has put a lot of effort in strengthening industry partnerships, case competitions, seminars, and conferences at national and international level. I congratulate all the teams and mentors who made these achievements possible. The university has started many new programs in areas of entrepreneurship, data sciences, psychology, data analytics, digital transformation, artificial intelligence, and cybersecurity. Our students and alumni are highly sought after in national and international firms for their contemporary approach towards defining the problems and solving them with highly evolved tools, analysis, and communication. We recognize the contribution of all our alumni to the industry and the society. Well, I must say that we continue to strive best. Our new path is to reinvent ourselves and invent new things. We are determined to pursue our goals for the school as well as for the university, which has got 4 building blocks. First building block is the knowledge creation, which is relevant and applied, helping society to know the unknowns, demonstrate the leadership, and meeting expectations in knowledge creation. Second building block is enhancing teaching and learning through assurance of learning and outcome-based education system. I appreciate the effort of the SBM and the PDSC under the mentorship of Shri Shalin Devetya to incorporate the trends in the academics and research in their curriculum. The third building block is making NMIMS known, recognized for its academic excellence and the most preferred institution of learning. And fourth building block is aligning stakeholders and meeting their aspirations. While pursuing our strategy, we are all conscious of the fact that the highest goals of management have transitioned from profit maximization principles to a mission of value creation with integrity and being ESG sensitive in the current times. Given the infinite variety of business situations that can be varied as life itself, the purpose of management is to improve human life by creating value with integrity. The endeavors must be as sensible as nature as the central idea and flowering into beautiful entity and being ESG compliant. And I'm very happy that our chief guest, Dr. Subramanian, has played a very pivotal role by advocating the ethical wealth creation through his impactful economic survey and his writings for prosperous India, and has advocated how the dynamics of invisible hand of markets with the value of trust can make that happen. So we're very proud of your writings, and it is going to go a great deal in shaping the economic policies of the country in future. All along, whenever your roles transition from being managers to digital experts and decoding the prevailing contemporary business and social discourses through your management understanding and expressions, make sure ethical value creation is always your North Star to guide you. You have also learned at NMIMS during your civic engagement We Care program that there is wisdom, strength, and power in community. Do not ever forget the lesson. Make it mission of your life to find and build community wherever and whenever you can. Years from now, when you look back, I assure you that you will feel nothing but proud of your alma mater. Well, the last 2 years of your learning experience from remote and attending online classes have been quite challenging. We know it as a person, as a teacher who have been dealing with this online situation. And my suggestion would be that I think now you have an opportunity to perhaps recreate your NMIMS experience, at least some of it, not the full 2 years kind of a thing. And for that purpose, you may consider visiting us as frequently as you can. And I assure you that the soothing piano tunes of Bach and Beethoven will greet you at the quadrangle during the lunchtime. You may spend some time to have a view of lovely sunset from one of the corners of the building, or visit the Juhu beach, or join me or your favorite faculty for vada pav or a cup of coffee at the Prithvi Theatre, which is around the corner. But I'm sure that wherever you go, you will create your own music parallel to the Bach and Beethoven. And you will make it a point to see sunrise and sunsets once in a while. And when you feel lost in the entangled web of challenges, know the way out is very simple. Speak to your family, friends, and faculty, 3 Fs. And don't forget that. So keep in touch and speak with them frequently. May I close by saying, we really live in challenging times. Great events are on the march in the world today. Borrowing from the history, this is not the time for defeatism. This is a gripping time, and anybody who believes in things and who would like to see a life full of happiness and contentment ahead need to join this battle. God give us strength to face this challenge and give you the strength to do the best in your life. Do good things and make sure you create a legacy, and one day you can say with pride that you did extraordinary things. Always remember, the school is yours, the university is yours, and it will always be yours. God bless you and all the best.
Thank you, sir, for your warm welcome, inspiring speech, and insightful advice. And I'm sure Vada Pav sunsets and the Juhu beach are an unbeatable combination. May I now invite Dr. Prashant Mishra, Dean, School of Business Management, NMIMS, to present the annual roundup for the academic year 2021-22.
Thank you, Professor Gokhale. Chief guest for the day, Sri Krishnamurthy Venkat Subramanian, Sri Shalin Divetia, nominee of the Honorable Chancellor, NMIMS, Joint Secretary, SVKM, and Mentor, School of Business Management, Mumbai, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Ramesh Bhatt, Pro Vice Chancellor, Dr. Meena Chintamaneni, members of Board of Management, fellow deans and directors, members of the faculty and staff at SPM and at NMIMS, graduating students, proud parents, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. The journey of the graduating class of 2022 began when our world was staring at an extraordinary circumstances and unprecedented challenges due to the onset of global pandemic. And as we are emerging from one of the most trying times the world has seen in decades, there is a pervading sense of optimism and hope. And I sincerely believe that you too share the optimism and feel confident and prepared for the exciting journey of your career ahead of you. And I'm sure you have mixed emotions due to the challenges you faced in the program and lessons you have learned. Challenges driven by the rigors of the curriculum and intellectual demands of the academic processes at the school. And it is time to celebrate your remarkable accomplishments. Those came about because the way you responded and overcame the challenges and shaped into a better version of yourself. We at the school have no doubt whatsoever that you are all going to do well, aided by the learnings you have gathered at SBM during the time you spent with us, and conduct yourselves in ways which is going to make our world a better place in different ways, large or small. The convocation, like today, is an occasion to communicate to our stakeholders and well-wishers how we fared during the year, so that they are assured that the responsibilities that they have given us are being carried out satisfactorily. The Institute has made significant all-round progress in this year, and some of our achievements have been quite remarkable. I must also highlight that our progress would not have been possible without the wholehearted involvement and support of all our stakeholders. So on behalf of School of Business Management and on behalf of Praveen Dalal School of Entrepreneurship and Family Business, may I extend my sincere gratitude and thanks to all those who made our success possible. With the guidance of our Chancellor, Sri Amrish Patel, our mentor, Sri Shalinbhai Divetia, the university leadership team led by Professor Ramesh Bhatt, our Vice Chancellor, our Pro-Vice Chancellors, Dr. Sharad Maheshkar and Dr. Meena Chintamaneni, our Controller of Examinations, Shri Ashish Apte, and all others. It is their support and guidance which made this year, during the most difficult times, helped us to sail through a lot of challenges. And as Professor Bhatt shared, that there were no rule books for the times like these. There were no SOPs which were defined for times like these, and we kind of sailed through. And as I said, with the single-minded devotion to the goal of maintaining the learning continuity and adhering or sticking to the timelines or preserving the students' academic careers in terms of the calendars which we were operating with. This is a particularly fitting occasion to recognize the efforts of our talented students, the valuable contributions to the learning and scholarships of our dedicated faculty members, and our distinguished alumni who demonstrated their continuous commitment to their alma mater. I'll now briefly share with you some numbers and developments on our activities. Among the programs, our Ph.D. program, which is at the heart of SBM's research excellence goal. So this year, 6 doctoral students are successfully completing all the academic requirements and would receive the Doctor of Philosophy degree. 7 scholars have joined the program during this year, and in all, 61 Ph.D. scholars are enrolled in the program and at our various stages of their doctoral journey. Several of our doctoral students have excelled in their research during the year, and one such notable mention is Anindu Bhattacharya, who has published in a top-rated journal, Journal of Organizational Behavior, as part of his doctoral journey. We have also undertaken a review of our PhD program structure and have looked at or restructured the academic content of the program and benchmarked with the leading institutions. One significant development has been that NMIMS has signed an agreement with Societe Generale, a leading European banking and financial service company, to jointly conduct research in the area of impact-based finance, solutions. As part of the PhD research sponsorship program, scholars from NMIMS School of Business Management will receive support from Societe Generale to research on developing blended finance as a tool to support various social enterprise. The objective of the industry-academia collaboration will be to study the value chains providing access to healthcare, water, energy, and professional training. In the core MBA program, 580 stars would be graduating this year, and they will receive their degrees or confer the degrees today. Out of these, 17 students will be receiving awards and medals for their scholastic and overall performances in the program. I'm also happy to report that at SBM, the journey towards achieving 100% assurance of learning, which was targeted to be reached 100% in the coming year, we were successfully able to complete that this year itself. So thanks to all the faculty members in achieving that. And so our core curriculum is 100% aligned with our assurance of learning goals. And we are sure, rather we are on our way to very shortly do the same with our electives part of the offering. Our data on student learning outcome performances also indicate a significant improvement in last 2 years. And as part of our continuous endeavor to keep the curriculum relevant, we have undertaken a comprehensive review of all our program offerings. This year, 11 new elective courses were offered centered around big data, digital and social media technologies. And this is in addition to 100 plus regular elective offerings in our MBA program. Going forward, 1/3 of our offerings are centered around cutting edge technologies, analytics and contemporary developments in our business organizations and the concepts around them. Recently, Mirai Asset Foundation has been providing scholarship support to part-time MBA in social entrepreneurship since 2019, but recently, I'm happy to share that recently MAF has agreed to provide merit-cum need-based scholarship support to full-time MBA students. And we signed an MOU with Mirai Asset Foundation to provide a scholarship grant for duration of 3 years. And this would enable the school to establish 25 scholarships across different programs. In addition, one of the unique engagement we have is under the We Care Civic Engagement Internship for our MBAs, and which is in alignment with the SBM's mission of creating socially responsible citizens. This engagement internship was introduced as an integral part of SBM's MBA curriculum since 2010. For the current year, this internship was scheduled in early February, and in all 699 students completed their internship in 275 development sector organizations located in 154 cities in India, which covered around 22 states and 3 union territories. Students worked on varied range of projects which were aligned with multiple SDGs like SDG 4, which is quality education, SDG 1, no poverty, SDG 3, good health and well-being, and SDG 8, decent work and economic growth, and a few others. In MBA Entrepreneurship and Family Business Program, 46 students would be graduating today, out of which 2 would be receiving awards for their scholastic performances. Graduating students in MBA Pharma are 86, and 3 would be receiving award for their scholastic performances. MBA HR program, there would be 64 students who would be graduating, and 4 students would be receiving awards for their scholastic performances. And there are 20 students in MBA Entrepreneurship who would be graduating today, and 1 of them would receive the award for the scholastic performances. Research and thought leadership contribution at SBM from the faculty has been key area of emphasis for us, and SBM faculty have made significant contributions towards the research and thought leadership goal of the school. A total of 59 publications were contributed by the faculty, which includes, as per the ABDC rankings, 1 in A-star publication outlet, 19 in A publication outlet, and remaining were in B and other publication outlets. In addition, there were 6 case studies which came out of the school, out of which 3 were accepted in Ivy Case Publishing House. It's worthwhile for me to name some of my faculty colleagues who have made significant contributions, which include Professor Sayantan Khanra, Akshay Khanjode, Professor Satish Seth, Preeti Nayal, Professor Bala Krishnamurthy, Mayank Joshipura, Professor Sachin Mathur, Professor Hema Bajaj, Professor Veena Bora, and so we look forward to the continued contribution not only from them but from other colleagues also to join this group. Professor Girish Bagale from Praveen Dalal School of Entrepreneurship and Family Business has contributed 2 pieces in Annals of Operations Research, which is a top listed journal in its category. To foster the research culture and conversation at SBM, the school initiated under the guidance of our current Vice Chancellor, Professor Ramesh Bhatt, the Thursday Research Seminar Series. And in this seminar series, SBM faculty and scholars from other Indian and international schools who are invited to present their research work, and we have a conversation around those activities. And this is an integral part of our efforts to imbibe the research culture at SBM and how SBM can, or SBM faculty cohort can probably get initiated into this culture of dialogues around the research agenda. As a consequence, we celebrated, or rather we achieved 100th research seminar in that series. So 100 continued weeks we could do that. And if we look at the research contributions or research outcome at SBM and the contributions of the faculty last 3 years, one could easily, any data interpretation could easily suggest that these efforts have borne fruit. I would skip the part of ratings and rankings. Professor Bhatt already shared this, and on a lighter note, there is always this risk of being the last presenter, because sometimes you realize what you want to say has already been. But we have been doing well. In NIRF, we have been constantly ranked as top, amongst the top 25 business schools across private and public, both cohort. Amongst private business school cohort, we have been consistently ranked in the top 5. And our effort through our teaching, learning, excellence, and research endeavors is to push further on that and be benchmarked with the globally admired schools of our nature. Amongst the honors and accolades received by faculty and staff at both SBM and Praveen Dalal School of Entrepreneurship and Family Business, Dr. Mayank Joshipura and Dr. Sachin Mathur have come out with a much needed book on cases in financial management, which include contemporary and industry relevant financial management cases. And the book has been, they have authored this book in collaboration with the Sage Publications. Dr. Paritosh Basu authored a book titled Digital Transformation, a Prismatic View, which was released recently at Kolkata Book Fair. And this book is essentially an anthology of 31 articles which was authored by Dr. Basu on the topics centered around digital transformation. Professor Aarti Dev was felicitated by Honorable Governor of Maharashtra recently at the Raj Bhavan and awarded this Stri Shakti Award for their contribution in the field of education and social service. My colleague, Professor Seema Mahajan, who leads the Praveen Dalal School of Education and Family Business, she has been recognized for her contribution in the area of entrepreneurship by Higher Education Forum, as well as she has been invited to be part of Leadership Excellence Group at Harvard Square, and also she was awarded by Pharma Global Management Services as Dynamic Leader in this year. Amongst the several of our students participate in variety of national and international competitions which were linked either with the career possibilities or their intellectual efforts, and 5 such notable achievements by our students participating in PepsiCo DTDM 2020, where they won the first place, L'Oreal Bandstorm, where they won both the first and the second place, HUL Lime Season 12, which they won, and Global Management Challenge organized by GMC India, also they emerged winners. At the Entrepreneurship School, students participated in Inspirus, as well as social event for animal welfare, which is Rahat, and also they conducted some of the activities around co-curriculars. One such activity was Ye Sham Mastani. As part of our international collaboration effort, our students participated in exchange program. 32 of the school's students went to complete their term exchange at various partner schools. And amongst our alumni, we have initiated a lot of initiatives during this year to further strengthen the alumni engagement, and launch of alumni portal, issuance of permanent alumni card to all the students are some of the initiative which has been started this year. And I would wish to mention one event which recently Jasani Center for Social Entrepreneurship and Sustainability Management, in collaboration with Entrepreneurship Cell of SBM and Salam Bombay Foundation, hosted. And the event was named as Dolphin Tank. And it was basically a platform for providing a platform for entrepreneurial adolescents belonging to the resource poor communities to pitch their business ideas. And Dolphin Tank was also supported by some of NMIMS alumni, and some of them who are settled abroad, in order to provide resources for some of the identified potential adolescent entrepreneurs to support them in their own livelihood efforts. And this took inspiration from the popular TV show Shark Tank, where contestants received guidance from industry experts and necessary tools to pursue their business ideas. And this event was an outcome of 4 of our students who interned with Salam Bombay Foundation. They used flipped classroom pedagogy to equip these potential participants to pitch their business ideas, essentially how to do a pitch deck for seeking funding. And 5 contestants received an angel investment of rupee 40,000 each. And the remaining 3 contestants received the support of 7,500 per head. Right? And I think the idea has been very, very powerful idea in that sense, and it is very close to some of the values or philosophies which we look forward or kind of imbibed ourselves. And I'll talk about that in a moment. Now, another important aspect is the career outcomes for our graduates. You see, all what we do is to prepare you to be future ready. or is prepare you to be competent enough to find your feet and be able to achieve some of the financial goals which you set out or the career goals which you set out for yourself. So as a vote of confidence in the teaching learning process at SBM and the capabilities of its graduate, career opportunities outcome for them have been commendable this year. And as I say, we also have to keep the context in mind. The 2 years has been pretty difficult for all around us, right, including the business organizations. Out of 644 students together from MBA and MBA HR cohort, 633 who opted for the career opportunities have been placed in 154 firms in all together, 130 for MBA and 24 firms for MBA HR. And interestingly, out of this 154 firms, 48 firms were from Global Fortune 500 cohort. And if we kind of try and see through another slice, 51 firms were from Fortune India list cohort. So, rooted from that program, as I mentioned. With these achievements, going forward, SVM will be doubling down on its effort to be more innovative, globally more collaborative, focused on research and advanced learning, and as well as focused on achieving new levels of excellence and accountability. The goal is to be a preferred institution for learning for the potential leaders of tomorrow who are capable of transforming our business organizations' landscapes or our economic landscape. Following the 4 building block of our strategic framework, our new path is to reinvent ourselves and explore new ways of looking at things so that we remain as effective and as relevant for tomorrow as we are today. We are in the process of strengthening our systems and processes to confront the disruption and redefine our strategic goals and program learning outcomes so that we continue to push the boundaries of excellence and accountability. Years from now, when you will look back, we all assure you that you will feel nothing but pride for your alma mater. Finally, to my graduating students, I wish to repeat what I shared yesterday. You must be aware that you are one of India's luckier top 5% individuals in your age cohort, who has the privilege of best of education and opportunities with the support of your loved ones. There is a large majority of fellow human beings who do not have this privilege. And so just think about what an onerous responsibility it bestows on your shoulders in terms of how capable you are and how much to expect from you. And I'm sure that if you could conduct yourself while you seek glory and material success for yourself, if you could conduct yourself in a way that makes your world as you see it a better place for everyone around you, our society, our vicinity, our families, our own neighborhoods, or our nation would be much, much better place than what it is. And I repeat again that no individual's success can be attributed to that individual's efforts itself. Think of people who have given that nudge, that push, that support all through your journey. They could be your family members, they could be your friends, they could be a rank stranger, could be a teacher, right? And how that has helped you encash opportunities, how that has helped you to make the most of the opportunities which were presented before yourself. And just think about that with the capabilities which you have, the kind of resources you have been blessed with, methods, power of technology and competence than any prior generation. And by virtue of these, you are better positioned to be the real change agents than any other cohort to make a more inclusive and better world. Always remind yourself that graduation is not an end of the long journey. Rather, it is the beginning of a whole new trajectory of your life. You will soon going to be in the midst of highly uncertain, competitive, complex, and extremely demanding but promising work life. The skills, knowledge, and competencies such as critical thinking ability, analytical mindset, relevant social skills, as well as technical prowess, which you have learned at SBM, will come in handy in helping you navigate your life ahead. And you can add passion and commitment to these, and I'm sure you will do just well. We at SBM have all truly enjoyed having you here with us during the last 2 years, and that includes my young friends from Praveen Dalal School of Entrepreneurship and Family Business too. I'm confident that you all will prove yourself worthy and be equal to many challenges that lies ahead of you. And I hope you would perform your actions in the future with discipline, compassion, and transparency, and a sense of responsibility and accountability. May this day mark the beginning of your journey to become effective leaders of our society in true sense of terms. Very soon you will all become members of school's alumni cohort. And as Honorable Vice Chancellor said, it is all our sincere hope that each one of you as an alumnus of the SBM will act as a goodwill ambassador for your alma mater and make all of us proud here. I, on behalf of the whole SBM community and the Praveen Dalal School of Entrepreneurship and Family Business, on behalf of my colleague, Professor Seema Mahajan, wish you all a very happy and prosperous life ahead and the very best in whatever you choose to do in future. Stay blessed, keep shining.
Thank you, Dr. Mishra, for your annual review, your words of appreciation, and sharing glimpses of what has indeed been a unique journey in the history of NMIMS and School of Business Management. May I now request Dr. Mayank Joshipura, Ph.D. Program Chairperson, to take over the proceedings.
Nominee of Honorable Chancellor Shri Shalin Devetia, I present before you the students who have passed the Ph.D. program and have registered for this convocation and are present here. I request nominee of Honorable Chancellor Shri Shalin Devetia to kindly hand over the degrees to the students. I request Honorable Vice Chancellor Dr. Ramesh Bhatt and Dean School of Business Management Dr. Prashant Mishra to join him. Mutha Prapti, dissertation title, A Study of Employee Engagement in Virtual Teams. Kumar Amit, dissertation title, Factors Influencing Adoption of Business Analytics in Indian Firms. Saikon Sagaljit Kaur, dissertation title, Life Satisfaction, Implications of Temperamental and Situational Variables for Rotational Assignees. Bhattacharjee Anindo, dissertation title, A Study of Leadership and Management of Elder Care. Banerjee Paulami, dissertation title, Antecedents and Consequences of Emotional Contagion. And Ram Krishnan Rammurthy, dissertation title, Internationalization of Indian Companies, Impact of Organizational Factors. Thank you, sir. I request Dr. Madhvi Gokhale to take over the proceedings.
Thank you, Dr. Joshipura. Former President of India, APJ Abdul Kalam, once said, "Never stop fighting until you arrive at your destined place." That is, the unique you. Have an aim in life, continuously acquire knowledge, work hard, and have the perseverance to realize a great life. Hard work has definitely paid off. It is now time, ladies and gentlemen, to begin with the presentation of the Dean's List. May I now request Dr. Chandrima Sikdar, Associate Dean, School of Business Management, to take over the proceedings.
Thank you, Dr. Gokhale. Nominee of Honorable Chancellor Sri Shalin Divetiya, I present before you the students who on the basis of their CGPA have been declared eligible for Dean's List 2021-2022 in MBA, MBA Pharmaceutical Management, MBA Human Resource, MBA Entrepreneurship and Family Business, and MBA Entrepreneurship Program. I start with the Dean's List of MBA. Agrawal Surabhi. Rora Varun. Patwari Jigyasa. Warrior Pranav. Raut Priyesh. Agrawal Ambuj. Gupta Shubhangi. Sinha Ayush. Site Abhijit. Shah Yash. Saha Soumyadeep. Jain Rishabh, Mehta Sania, Singh Parminder, Radhanpura Sahil, Devnath Ipshita, K. Shri Vishnuram, Kurian Sandra, Prakash Vishal, S. Gopika, Dua Kanishk, Sinha Shri Priya, Castellino Michelle, Chakraborty Ritvika, Bhavnani Pranesh, Raghav Rajarshi, Singhal Saransh, Sohani Shweta, Vaya Jayesh, Goel Sreyansh, Rajawat Shubham, Naresh Shivani, Varshne Umang, Jain Ketan, Bhaskar Sudeep, Narayan Abhinav, Shetty Chirag. Kamat Abhay. Dakate Gaurav. Ketan Naman. Mahajan Ishi. Katyal Simran. Wadekar Simran. Sorry, Wadekar Sanika, I beg your pardon. Saha Riti. Chawla Shriya. Madan Kanika. Bagri Tanushri. Shriram Srinidhi. Barkataki Shubhadeep. Motiani Chirag. MBA Pharmaceutical Management. Chandodwala Astha. Chaudhary Ritam. Praveen Anand. Das Sayantani. Soni Aditya. Nair Sunaina. Jain Diptesh. Gajakoshi Shraddha. Mankori Astha. Parmar Dhara. MBA Human Resource Program, Sen Arpita. Kundu Dipandita. Paul Sukanya. Mishra Arushi. Srivastava Shreyashi. Keep the applause flowing, students. Your batchmates are receiving the honors. Kariwala Dheeraj. MBA Entrepreneurship and Family Business Management Program. I now request Professor Seema Mahajan, Director, Praveen Dalal School of Entrepreneurship and Family Business, to please join the team for doing the honors. Jain Isha. Shah Dhruvil. Agarwal Radhika. Mangwani Karan. Dhariwal Ishani. MBA Entrepreneurship Management Program, Bhanuvanshi Kanchan. Chera Jay. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for doing the honors. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Nominee of Honorable Chancellor, 6 students of Ph.D. program starting with Mutha Prapti, 580 students of MBA starting with Mahendran Anandan, 46 students of MBA Entrepreneurship and Family Business starting with Kothari Harsh, 86 students of MBA Pharmaceutical Management starting with Kumar Rashmi, 64 students of MBA HR starting with Bakare Saurav, and 20 students of MBA Entrepreneurship starting with Shah Mahima have successfully completed the program. I now request Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Ramesh Bhatt, to administer the oath on all who are present here and have been permitted to remain absent. I request all students present here to rise for the oath. I request all of you to put on your caps, please, before the Vice Chancellor can administer the oath.
By virtue of the power vested in me by the Board of Management of SVKM's NMIMS as Vice Chancellor, I hereby declare all of you who are present and those who are permitted to remain absent are admitted to the respective degrees. I hereby charge you to uphold the dignity and the value of the degree awarded to you by this university in your life and profession. I request our nominee of the Honorable Chancellor, Shri Shalin Devetia ji, to confer the degrees.
I hereby confer the degrees.
Thank you, gentlemen, and you may now please be seated. I now request Dr. Meena Chintamaneni, Pro Vice Chancellor and holding additional charge of Registrar's Office, to present the register of the successful graduates to the nominee of Honorable Chancellor, Shri Shalin Devetia, for his signature. Thank you, sir, and thank you, Dr. Chintamaneni. May I now request our chief guest for the day, Honorable Shri Krishnamurthy Subramanian, to release the roster of events, convocation brochure, NMIMS Management Review, and Kubera. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. In the words of Chanakya, for every effect, there's a specific cause. Success is not an accident. Success is not based on chance. Success is not a matter of luck. It is the result of well thought out action and hard work. To recognize the excellence, merit, and hard work of the students at School of Business Management, I would now like to call upon Dr. Prashant Mishra, Dean, School of Business Management, to announce the eagerly awaited awards, scholarships, gold and silver medal winners. I request our chief guest for the day, Shri Krishnamurthy Subramanian, and nominee of Honorable Chancellor, Shri Shalin Divetia, to give away the awards. I request Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Ramesh Bhatt, to please join them.
Sirs, I present before you the award winners for their scholastic performance. First rank holder MBA, Agarwal Surabhi. Second rank holder MBA, Agarwal Ambuj. Third rank holder MBA, Bhavanani Pranesh. First rank holder in MBA Pharmaceutical Management, Chandodwala Astha. Second rank holder in MBA Pharma, Chaudhary Ritam. Third rank holder, MBA Pharmaceutical Management, Praveen Anand. first rank holder in MBA Human Resources program, Sen Arpita. So we have two students on second rank. Second rank holder in MBA Human Resources, Ahuja Hunar and Kariwala Dheeraj. दोनों भेज दो. Hunar. Third rank holder in MBA Human Resources, Kundu Dipanvita. Chancellor's Gold Medal for the Best All-Round Student Performance for the year, Saha Soumyadeep. Vice Chancellor's Gold Medal for the student scoring highest CGPA over 6 terms, Agarwal Surabhi. Gold Medal and Certificate of Honor for Overall Excellence and Leadership instituted by MMS class of 1981-83 in memory of their classmate Mr. Salish Kharkar, Khandelwal Sakshi. Gold Medal Award, Information Technology, Academics and Overall, in memory of Dr. Chirag Unadkat. Naresh Shivani. Late Professor Pratap Sirur Silver Medal and a cash award of 3,000 for scoring the highest mark in the subject of investment and portfolio management. Singhal Ruchi. And we also have late Pratap Sirur Silver Medal and cash award for scoring the highest mark in the subject of investment and portfolio management, Joshi Soham. There are 2 awardees. Absent. I now request Professor Seema Mahajan to take forward the proceedings. Chancellor's Gold Medal to the all-rounder student of MBA Human Resources, Sen Arpita. And I will now request Professor Seema Mahajan to take.
Nominee of Honorable Chancellor Shri Shalin Devetia, I present before you the Praveen Dalal School of Entrepreneurship and Family Business Management Students Awards and the rank holders of MBA Entrepreneurship and Family Business and MBA Entrepreneurship Program. So first rank holder, MBA Entrepreneurship and Family Business, goes to Jane Isha. Yes. Congratulations, Isha. Second rank holder, MBA Entrepreneurship and Family Business is Shah Rushika. Some more claps for Rushika, please. Thank you.
First rank holder, MBA Entrepreneurship, Bhanuvanshi Kanchan. Congratulations. Chancellor's Gold Medal to the all-rounder student of MBA Entrepreneurship and Family Business goes to Shah Rushika. Congratulations, Rushika. Yes, a big round. Vice Chancellor's Gold Medal for the student securing highest CGPA over 6 terms is Jain Isha. Thank you, sir. I request Dr. Madhavi Gokhale to kindly take over the proceedings, please. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Professor Mahajan, and thank you so much, gentlemen. I would now like to request Dr. Mishra to introduce the chief guest for the day, Shri Subramanian.
It is indeed my privilege and honor to welcome our distinguished speaker today, Dr. Krishnamurthy Subramanian, currently Professor of Finance at Indian School of Business, Hyderabad. He was the Chief Economic Advisor to the Government of India during 2018 and 21. We are truly honored and joyous to have you amongst us today, sir, and we thank you for accepting our invitation to deliver the convocation address this evening. A leading expert on economic policy, banking, and corporate governance, Dr. Subramanian completed his B.Tech in Electrical Engineering from IIT Kanpur, PGDM from IIM Calcutta, and Ph.D. from University of Chicago Booth School of Business in Financial Economics under the advice of Professor Luigi Zingales and Professor Raghuram Rajan. Dr. Subramanian's Ph.D. dissertation earned the Ewing Marion Kaufman Foundation Dissertation Fellowship, which recognizes the top 15 PhD dissertations across all disciplines every year. Before beginning his academic career, Dr. Subramanian worked as a consultant with JP Morgan Chase in New York. He also served in a management role in the Elite Derivatives Research Group at ICICI Limited, which at the time was India's top project financing institution. In previous academic roles, Dr. Subramanian served on the finance faculty at the Goizueta Business School at Emory University in the United States. Dr. Subramanian has been conferred the Distinguished Alumnus Award by his alma mater, IIT Kanpur and IIM Calcutta, and he's one of the youngest amongst the cohort to receive those. And apart from the being youngest chief economic advisor, K.V. Subramanian is almost among the youngest to receive these honors from his alma mater. His research in banking, law and finance, innovation and economic growth and corporate governance has been published in the world's leading journal. As Chief Economic Advisor to the Government of India, he authored the path-breaking economic survey that commends ethical value creation for a prosperous India. By integrating India's rich economic and spiritual heritage with modern economic ideas, he advocated ethical wealth creation through a marriage of invisible hand of the market with the hand of trust. The 2019 economic survey, again authored by Dr. Subramanian, laid out the strategic blueprint for India to become a $5 trillion economy by generating a virtuous cycle where private investments, growth and consumption feed into each other. In the 2021 economic survey, he advocated counter-cyclical fiscal policy using public capital expenditure to trigger the virtuous cycle following the COVID crisis. Drawing on the ideas advocated in his 3 economic surveys, India's economic policy towards a self-reliant India is now characterized by one, sharp focus on economic growth to complement efficient welfare by generating the resources to fund the welfare programs, growth via private sector occupying the commanding heights of the economy, and virtuous cycle of growth via public investment and structural reforms to enhance both aggregate supply and aggregate demand. The slew of reforms implemented by the government draw on the ideas advocated by Dr. Subramanian. He has brought several ideas to implement welfare programs effectively. His push for the behavioral economics of nudge is acknowledged for its potential to bring behavioral change in India. His idea of thalynomics, what a common person pays for a vegetarian or non-vegetarian thali, has been acclaimed as the Indian Big Mac Index, combined with the idea of the Bare Necessities Index to measure the reach of water, sanitation, a healthy environment to the common citizen. These ideas enable robust measurement of the reach of welfare programs across India's large population. It is our privilege and honor to have you amongst us at NMIMS to deliver the SPM's Convocation Address 2022. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Krishnamurthy Venkat Subramanian, please.
Shri Shalin Devatia ji, Professor Ramesh Bhatt, Professor Prashant Mishra ji, Professor Meena Chintamani, Professor Seema Mahajan, esteemed faculty and alumni of this very, very great institution, and most importantly, graduating students and your families. Today is certainly a red letter day in all your lives. 23 years back, I was sitting where you are sitting, and Dr. Montek Singh Ahluwalia performed the duties that I have been assigned to perform today. I still remember the fact that I still remember that day suggests that this is a day that you will certainly not forget. You may not remember any of the words that I have to share with you. That's an occupational hazard that convocation speakers are often consigned to, but you will certainly not forget this day, and hopefully not forget the speaker either. May I ask you to follow a couple of requests of mine? Please stand up, all of you graduating students. And first, bow down to your parents, Mata and Pita, because you will not have more indulgent well-wishers than your parents ever. Thank them for all the sacrifices that they've made, because of which you're here. from the bottom of your heart, thank them for the privilege that you've been given to be actually amongst the elite. Secondly, please thank your faculty who are here, your guru. Without their commitment and their excellence, you certainly will not be here either. And finally, in the Indian culture, and that's the beauty of the culture, we say Mata, Pita, Guru, Devam. So first parents, then the Guru, and finally the Almighty. And so if you would permit me just 30 seconds, close your eyes and allow me to pray to the Almighty for the goodness of this institution and all your future careers. Ajam nirvikalpam nirakaramekam Ajam nirvikalpam nirakaramekam Niranandam anandam advaita purnam Param nirgunam nirvishesham niriham Parabrahma rupam Ganesham bhaje mam Parabrahma rupam Ganesham bhaje mam Parabrahma rupam Ganesham bhaje mam. Thank you. Please be seated. May the Almighty shower the choicest of blessings on all of you as you head into the real world that awaits you. As the Vice Chancellor and the Dean have very rightly described, you step into a world that is going to be very different from the world that you might have come into. There's one dimension of this world that I want to highlight to you. And the words of advice that I want to share with you is based on what I perceive is the singular most important change that is happening in India today. And that is the replacement of privilege with meritocracy. Across various disciplines, across various sectors, and I can give you many, many examples, I'll just share a couple of them. Let's take cricket. There was a time when the best batsmen used to come from this city, or possibly Bengaluru, what was called Bangalore, or Chennai. At a time, maybe 7 of the 11 people who used to play in the Indian cricket team used to be from Mumbai. Today, you see batsmen coming from the hinterland. Mahendra Singh Dhoni, our former captain, is a brilliant example of this meritocracy. Privilege today has been replaced with merit. Whether you see a Jasprit Bumrah, Hardik Pandya, or any of the cricketers you see today, they're all from the hinterland. They are there not because of the name that they inherited from their fathers or their mothers. They are there because of the particular merit that they bring, pure merit and nothing else. In fact, since 2014, this change has accelerated. In fact, I can tell you, as the 17th name that appears in that rooster for the Chief Economic Advisors, possibly that is the name that's maybe is privileged to have no privilege. Every name that appears previously there possibly, can claim to have parents who are IAS officers, IPS officers, professors, wealthy businessmen and others. And yet, all credit to the government and to the Honorable Prime Minister for having chosen someone who basically brought no privilege, neither a privilege of power nor the privilege of pedagogy, no privilege, just what his parents worked hard to actually provide to him in this generation. My father passed away in 2015. He would have been incredibly proud to see me in that office. He lost his father when he was 7 years old, but he made sure that I was the first person in our families, either side, mother or father, to step into the portals of a university. He never had that privilege himself, but it is because of him thinking that what I could not get in life, I want to provide to my two sons. And that is why I'm here today. May his soul rest in peace. But that is also a signal of the change that is happening in India. So the world that you will step into, and this change is happening even in spheres that have been typically known for surnames, where surnames work magic, be it politics or be it in the city where we are here, Bollywood. Even here today, there is a movement towards merit, and I think some of the platforms that we are seeing today, in Bollywood and the entertainment industry, I think is indicative of that meritocracy replacing privilege. So the world that you will be stepping into, of course it will be a VUCA world. Of course it's a world where there will be enormous uncertainty. But by far the world for me that actually would stand out is that it will be a world that will not look at privilege with those blue eyes that was looked at before 2014. It will be meritocracy, merit. That is basically what will take you forward. And therefore, the thoughts that I want to share with you is of personal excellence. If you have to pursue merit, then personal excellence is a sine qua non. The fact that you are here among the best institutions, alumni of the best institutions, tells me clearly that there has been absolutely no paucity of hard work. You all are extremely motivated, determined, and hardworking individuals. There's absolutely no doubt. Today, the fact that you're here is proof of it. So I'm not going to belabor that point, but I'll give you one dimension of self-effort, of effort, that I think you should focus on, especially given the VUCA world that you'll be entering in, which is learning to learn. Both the Vice Chancellor and the Dean touched upon this, that many times you had to think on your feet. As you will go forward, who knows, 10 years later, we might be working in a world order, which might be very different from what it is today. And you will have to learn to learn. I'll give you a couple of examples. All of us remember, and many of you might have been young, but there's this wonderful knock that Sachin Tendulkar played in Chennai. This was the first time Shane Warne was here, when he actually played a match-winning knock. After being, bowled, caught behind for 4 in the first innings, he came in the second innings and literally smashed Shane Warne, out of the Chennai's Chepak. While we remember the outcome, and this is the other aspect that I want to share with you. Today, when you see people hitting these sixes in IPL, you see the outcome. But what you have to admire is the number of hours of learning to learn that goes behind those outcomes. And in particular, Sachin Tendulkar, knowing very well that Shane Warne was known to pitch the ball around a feet and a half outside the leg stump, turn it in, cramping you for space. Anybody who's played cricket will know what I'm talking about. And that was the Brahmastra that Shane Warne had. What did Sachin do? Sachin called up an erstwhile spinner who was actually famous, Lakshman Sivaramakrishnan. You might be hearing him, commentate in IPL, and said, "Can you help me?" Went to Chepak, dug the pitch exactly in the area where Shane Warne would pitch those, leg breaks, turning in viciously, and asked Lakshman Sivaramakrishnan to bowl there and practiced what is now his, the reverse, the paddle. That shot he practiced. That was an example of learning to learn. Remember, this is a cricketer, he's a once-in-a-generation cricketer, right? Maybe not, why once in a generation? Maybe once in so many generations cricketer, but even he had the humility to accept that the tools that I have in my armory are not enough to go and surmount the greatest challenge I'm going to face, and therefore I am going to learn more. If you want to remember one example, please remember this example of Sachin Tendulkar, learning to learn, learning the reverse paddle, and thereby, as they say, rest is history. A second dimension of personal excellence that I want to emphasize to you is the importance of taking risk in life. I'm sure you've been taught in your finance classes. I saw a couple of awards being given for investment management. Stripped to all its paraphernalia, finance is basically about one principle. As a finance scholar, this is what I keep telling my students. Expected return is proportional to risk. That is all there is to finance. But learn to implement that in your life. Take risks. Take the risk in particular to be yourself. It is very easy to be someone else, and mark my words, 99.9% of humanity oftentimes does not have the courage to be different, positively different. But take that risk to live your story, not someone else's story. When you take risks, don't expect that you'll always succeed. Failure will definitely come. That is the definition of risky endeavors, that failures will come. But here's where, again, another important skill that will become very critical for you is to treat failure as an event, not a defining moment. Failure is an event, not a defining moment. You know, those of us academics, if there are individuals who failed possibly the most, I guess the only other category that can rival academics are entrepreneurs. The dean talked about the many publications that esteemed faculty here have had the success of getting. And those that have actually gone through this process will acknowledge that many times when you send a paper, you put in your heart and soul into writing that research paper. The referee comes back. Many times the first sentence will be, this paper does not pass the laugh out aloud test. This paper does not pass the laugh out aloud test. And that's the life of an academic. In fact, you know, when PhD students or people who want to do a PhD come to me for advice, I tell them that if you want to be tenured, and you know, in academia, tenure is actually where it's a big thing. You become partner in the institution effectively. If you take 5 years of a PhD program and maybe another 6-7 years of getting tenure, 12 years, 12 times 365, you know, do the math, it's about 4,000 days. In 4,000 days, if you actually have 5 good days, what are these 5 good days? These are the 5 good days when you read an email from the editor of a top journal saying your paper has been accepted. Five good days in 4,000 days actually makes the career of an academic. In other words, for 3,995 days, which is close to 99.99%, you are either failing or you're working towards success. And when you read these reports which basically say this paper does not pass the laugh out aloud test, it is indeed a test of temperament far more than ability. So the lesson you want to learn, especially from the graduating PhDs here, and there's a lesson for the graduating PhDs as well, is to treat failure as just an event, not the defining moment. Another example that I'll give you, when I look back often at many of the moments when I thought I actually had failed, when I reflect on them, those were events that actually, sent me in a different direction, a direction which was actually eventually meant to be good for me. I'll just give you one example. When I was graduating from IIT Kanpur, I had two jobs. One, I joined TCS, and I had another job which was paying almost double. And at that young age, I did not have the maturity, I will acknowledge. I wanted to take that other job because that was paying almost 100% more. My dad said, nothing doing. I've not even heard about this company that you want to, so what if he's paying basically, 100% more? Tatas, I've heard, you will not be basically on the road, you'll not be on the road, go and join the Tatas. And it so happened actually when, around maybe 2013, 2014, I was just reminiscing, and my dad reminded me, didn't I tell you the right thing to do? And then he said, that is why parents actually, with their wisdom, when they give you advice, you should listen. When I look back, actually, a lot of events that happened in my life, but for that, heeding that advice that my dad gave me, maybe my life would have been very, very different. I have absolutely no regrets, which means I'm glad I actually did not heed to my limited wisdom at that time. I could have thought about it as a failure, but when I look back, it was just an event. It was an event that led to many other things. And that is the other important perspective that I want to leave with you. When you fail, don't think about it basically as a failure of you as a person, just an event that happened, even when people assess as well. I'll give you one more example. When I had moved from the Indian School to the Indian School of Business, I'd been at Emory University for 4 years. And honestly, I had not had much success in the publication. In fact, at that time, I did not have too many publications at all. So a particular person whom I would go and interact with would basically look down, what are you doing? It so happened after that event, in 1 year, I had 4 publications. All of a sudden, after that, the next meeting I happened, oh, you're God. Now, the reality was, of course, neither was I as bad as he thought before the 4 publications, nor was I God that he thought actually after the 4 publications. But the important thing is to tell yourself, when you are going through the most difficult times, that ye bhi badlega. When the night is particularly dark, that's when savera bahut paas mein hai. Remember this. None of us, not your Vice Chancellor, not the Dean, nor the esteemed faculty, none of us can equip you against failure. That will happen in the course of life. But the way you respond to failure, we all can make an attempt at telling you how to respond to it, to treat it as just an event, not as the defining moment. The final aspect that I want to leave with you, first, as I said, effort, but on the path of learning to learn. Second, take risks. In the process of taking risks, you will definitely encounter failure, but treat failure as an event, not as a defining moment. Finally, which is flowing into the first point, from the second point itself, is inevitably you will face stress. So the last piece of thoughts that I want to share with you, and again, all of this I'm saying from my own personal experience, learn to handle stress. And I'll share my perspectives on it. The first perspective I want to give you is, if you will pursue outcomes, if you'll only pursue outcomes, then mark my words, that is the easiest formula to get stressed. So today I'm giving you a formula that you want. If you want, you can implement it. Try it. Just run after outcomes. You will get stressed. Why? Because you will compare outcomes, your outcomes with X's outcomes, with Y's outcomes, and you will get stressed. While coming from, the hotel here, I know Amitabh Bachchan stays here. I or any one of us can actually compare with Amitabh Bachchan, the outcome. What's the point? And why even do that? His journey, great journey. I acknowledge and really respect him for it. But the point I'm trying to make here is to never compare. Your journey, enjoy your journey. So do not compare outcomes, but related to that, focus on the process. We Indians are so lucky to be provided such tools that we can live life king size. Living life king size, by the way, is not about the Gaudi or the Badi that you actually have. It's not about the Merc or the Porsche or the BMW or the big mansion that you have. That is not what living king size, is life king size is about. Living life king size is, when you actually internally always happy, bindas, that's what living life king size is about. It is not about the outcome. It is about the process that goes inside you. If you learn that, and by far the best document that actually can help you in this, just get hold of the Bhagavad Gita and read, if not one shloka a week, even if you read one shloka a month, trust me, you will actually get the tools to live life king size. Especially कर्मण्ये वाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन मा कर्म फले हेतुर्भुः माते संगोस्त्व कर्मणि. You only have the right to do your action. Krishna, this is basically Krishna telling Arjuna, Arjuna, I decide the outcome. So you focus on your effort. And I want to give you a glimpse of the 3 years when I was the chief economic advisor. Recently, I had gone to meet a chief minister. He said, "Oh, you look very young." And then he says, "Shayad Bhagwan ne sabse kam umr ko isko CA bana diya, to unhone ye bhi socha ki sabse zyada jo challenges inhi ko de dete hain." When I joined, actually, the NBFC crisis happened and then the COVID crisis. I learned a ton. But think about it, a lockdown where I was among the first people to actually go and recommend to the Prime Minister. Once in a century event. And India responds to the crisis in a way that is right for India. If you look at the COVID crisis, the response, the economic response, we have not copy-pasted any other country's response. Could be America. Could be Europe, could be Japan, could be China. But we had the self-confidence to know we've rubbed shoulders with the best in the world, and therefore we can think what is right for India, rather than copy-pasting anybody. Now, when that is happening, and commentators are basically making comments, every other commentator except, I was the only one who said in September that there'll be a V-shaped recovery, September 2020, the only person. Ande tomato pad rahe hain. Everybody else is saying, what is he smoking? At that time, focus on the outcome will only get you stressed, and even more stressed. You have to lean back on the fact that You've done with the highest intent, 200% intent and 400% effort. You've done the best for the country, and so the outcome will be fine. Just let the time go by. Say it from personal experience that focus on outcomes is the easiest way to get stressed. Focus on the effort, and more importantly, never put the cart before the horse. And I think, to celebrate your graduation today, go and watch 3 Idiots again. What does Amir Khan say? Beta, excellence ki piche bhago, success dum hilate aayegi. When I was watching that movie, I was telling my wife, yaar, ye to mera dialogue le liya. But that is so true. In fact, for the first time, I was happy actually that Bollywood showed a padhaku as the hero. Before that, hamesha 8th pass, 9th pass used to be the hero. And for the first time, somebody who was basically pursuit of excellence was mentioned as more important than success. But take that, if there is actually a lesson you want to learn from that movie, it is pursue excellence. Don't put the cart before the horse. Mark my words, money, position, power, all of it will come if you pursue excellence. Say it from personal example. किसी भी चीज के पीछे तुम भागो, उसके बदले वो तुम्हारे पीछे भागे, वो बेहतर है ना? Could be money, could be spouse. But you would always want that thing, whatever it is, that runs after you rather than you run after that. Money, position, power, all of it will run. You just pursue excellence, everything else will come. So, as a privileged group, not even 5%, possibly 0.5% of a population of 135 crores, you indeed are ambassadors. You're ambassadors not only of this esteemed institution, you're also ambassadors of this community of us educated Indians. Because those that actually have had less privilege, and always reflect on that, what if instead of being born to very, very capable, well-educated, wealthy parents or reasonably well-to-do parents, if you had been born on the footpath, what might your life have been? If you ever remember that, you will always remember how privileged you are. Then you will remember that you have to be ambassadors not only of this institution and the university, but of this group of us educated Indians who've been given this privilege. And again, I can't do better than what Sri Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 3, shloka 21. Yad yad acharati sreshtataha tat tad eve tarojanaha sayat pramanam kurute lokastad anuvartate. Yad yad acharati sreshtataha, sresht, tum log to sresht ho hi. As the top 0.5, 1% of India, you are the sresht. Yad yad acharati, acharan is behavior. Yadyat acharati sreshtataha tat tad eve taro janaha. People look at you. And that is why you are entrusted with the responsibility of ambassadors, not only of NMIMS, but of the group of educated people. Yadyat acharati sreshtataha tat tad eve taro janaha sayat pramanam kurute. Not just talk, praman, proof. Sayat pramanam kurute lokas tad anuvartate. That's how the people will follow. So remember this shloka and the onerous responsibility that comes to you as ambassadors, as incredibly privileged individuals who've been given this wonderful opportunity, a red letter day, to be among the graduating class of this esteemed institution. May God be with you. May actually the choicest blessings of the Almighty be with you. Thank you very much for inviting me.
Thank you, Dr. Subramanian, for your invaluable words. And the standing ovation must have convinced you that we are going to remember three things, each one of us: today's day, today's speech, and today's speaker. Thank you so much. May I now request Dr. Meena Chintamaneni, Pro Vice Chancellor and holding additional charge of Registrar's Office, SVKM's NMIMS, to deliver the vote of thanks and kindly take over the proceedings.
Absolutely mesmerizing. I don't know where to start with, but I have been given the privilege of proposing the vote of thanks. At the onset, I will like to thank you, sir, having our new year today. Wish you a very happy new year. And you chose to be amongst us here today, leaving your family behind. We're all very privileged. And from the bottom of my heart, thank you very much for being here and giving your consent, and absolutely mesmerizing. That was a testimonial itself. Thank you very much, sir. I would also like to thank Shalin Bhai Devetia, sir, who has always been a support. It's not only during the time of COVID pandemic where we spoke about distributed leadership, but it's always when we have looked at any kind of a problem. He has stood by and he has made us realize how to analyze a problem and then get out of it so that we really work on solutions, and that's really helped us in working and having our university office function very efficiently. Thank you very much for being and mentoring us always, sir. Thank you very much. Thanks our very own Bhatt sir, Vice Chancellor sir, who has trusted in us, and as he said, that distributed leadership was something as a sea change that came in with his leadership and gave us all an opportunity, and all of that was just possible is only because you trusted in us and gave us full freedom, and that's what gave us a boost in showing what we can in the VC office and making a change in many of the things that has happened today. Thank you very much for all that support and trust that you have in us. Thanks, Seema, our colleague, Director of the School of Praveen Dalal, School of Family Business and Entrepreneurship, who has hand-holded all these events because of the new leadership, Dean Dr. Prashant Mishra, who has been so supportive and so open in all the things and being so accommodative and giving the best, and the testimonial is again the wonderful event that has been put up today by all his office and your office. Thank you very much. I would fail if I do not thank the faculty members who have been behind all this, not only at the time of this COVID, but even at the time of COVID, with all those rules that have been coming from the university office, abiding those rules, and at the same time taking care of the youth who have been desperate to come face to face and attending the classes, to keep them in the same pace as they would when they would have been in person, and still maintaining the same academic rigor, even going through online. It's a fantabulous thing that has happened. So I really owe to all the faculty members and a deep gratitude to all of them present here. And the best thing is the students who have been here. A big thank you to all of them, because I know students are students. You would have loved to be here, sitting besides in the refuge area, looking into the sunset, going to the Juhu beach. Of course, you wouldn't have got that much time. That's all okay, but at least you missed sitting in the atrium, enjoying the facilities that our university has. But at the same time, dear students, you have reposed the faith along with your parents at the university, which has really tried to nurture you even during these difficult times, not only academically, but also to bring your confidence level to an extent where most of the students in and around that we've heard that had lost confidence, were going into so many kinds of depression and all that. And all the students, all 100% students of this school who have been placed and who have been accepted so well by the industry is the biggest testimonial to where all the efforts of all the members of the school have been put forth, has brought to the forefront of where you are today here. So thank you very much to one of and all of you present here, and of course to the parents who have been so supportive to you as well as to the university. Thank you very much to the staff of the school and to the registrar's office who have worked relentlessly, because it's after 2.5 years, this is the first event. This is the first event that we are having. We are hosting it face to face. So in fact, the checklist was never ending, because we had almost forgotten the minutest things which we used to be taking care very casually. So thank you very much, all the support staff, all the auditorium staff who have been really very wonderful in cooperating and in making this event so memorable. Of course, this is all thanks to our visionary Chancellor, Shri Amrish Bhai Patel, and his team, the executive and the managing committee members, and of course to trustees like Vaman Bhai Parekh. Thank you very much for being amongst us here today and encouraging us in person, so that we all of us can do better and better and show you the results, as you have also you have put in so much faith in us. So thank you very much to one and all present here, and surely, I'm sure my dear students are going to adopt the path of learning, because we all have now deep into our hearts, it has gone into our minds that it's only meritocracy is what is going to be the future. It's nowhere the world of privileged. So all of us, it's not only the students, all of us are going to be in the path of learning to learn and be dependent only on the merit that would be showing the results hereafter. Thank you once again, one and all present here, for a wonderful ceremony and event that we have been here. Thank you very much. I would now request Shri Shalin Devetia, nominee of the Honorable Chancellor of SVKM's NMIMS, to declare the Convocation 2022 of School of Business Management closed.
I declare the Convocation 2022 closed.
You can request the students to throw the caps till the wait for the academic procession to receive.
Okay, so that's an instruction reinforced. Please throw your caps after the academic procession has left the auditorium. Thank you, Dr. Chintamaneni and dignitaries on the dais. We now await the arrival of the band to play the national anthem. We request you to please rise for the same. I request members of the audience to remain standing till the dignitaries leave the dais, and along with the faculty too. Dear students, today as you walk as proud graduates, remember that this is just the beginning. The world is your oyster, and the only person you're destined to become is the person you decide to be. I wish you enriching experiences in the school of life and congratulate each one of you and your parents. It's your special day today. Thank you once again and welcome to the NMIMS alumni family. I'm sure you're all famished. Arrangements for lunch have been made outside the auditorium. Please exit through the left. Thank you once again.